Oh my gosh. I swore I was not going to do this on this channel because there's a lot of lovely people out there that are listening to me and think I'm wise about experiences in life and so forth, and that I'm 80, and because I don't know what makes y'all think I'm so wise. I might be wise in everyday things, and or we think we are wise because since 2007, I have been waking up and realizing, and it's because of how people treat people that I've been finding this out, and all the other stuff that's going on in the world. And uh, people, and if this upsets you, then you can unsubscribe and you can go away, and but look for it and start searching for yourself. Don't take my word for it. And the reason why I started figuring this out was when I went to college at the age of 62, and that was 2007. But while I was going to college, I was listening to other things and stuff, and while I was studying the Bible. But let's go to what I learned in history class in college. They lied to us about our history. We grew up in school believing that Columbus discovered America, which that is not true. It was Leif Erikson, however you say it. It's hard to say with no teeth. And the reason why they did that was because um, this other country that backed Columbus, they all wanted to be in cahoots with one another. But look it up for yourself. So right there was my first idea that we've been lied to, but not really when you think about it. Let's see. Let's go back to um, Santa Claus. Now, I know y'all going to say, well, that's a fun thing to do. But no, it's not a fun thing to do. It's a lie. It's a universal lie to teach children that there's this big, fat, chubby, gray-haired, bearded man that slides down the chimney to give these kids all these presents. Okay? Well, then how do you explain that to the kids that the parents didn't have any money to do that with? And people that didn't have no chimneys? Bald-faced lie. Lying to the kids from the time they're wee little. And let me tell you, when I found out, I think I was probably 7 by the time I found out there was no Santa Claus. And of course, my cousins told me that. And why? So right there was my first notion that humans lie to people. And why they do that? Why do they do that? Why do they do that? What's the point? What, you're making your kid happy? You can't make your kid happy by saying, look what I got you for Christmas. And why do they celebrate it anyway? Because there's another thing they lied to us about. Jesus, which that was not his name. His name was Yeshua. I don't know how to say it, but it's Yeshua. Because Hebrew alphabet did not have a J back then. So guess who changed that? It's people that spoke English. People that translated the way they wanted to translate things so that they could program people. The Easter Bunny. Well, first of all, they're celebrating Christmas. Now, how they put Santa Claus in celebrating Christ's birthday, which that wasn't even his birthday. Another lie. Bringing that stuff all together so they can create God knows what, and put people in fear and anguish and stuff like that. Easter Bunny. Now, where in the HEL double hockey sticks, what does an Easter Bunny have to do with the so-called resurrection? Another lie. So what else are they lying about? Well, okay. They put that all here's what they did. Here's how they come up with the holy scriptures. When people were out there digging for artifacts and stuff like that, and digging and finding out what lied in our history back in our days and stuff like that, people come across tablets and scrolls and written in other languages. And so they started creating another god, because they created gods out of the sun and the moon, the wind, the ocean. That come from humans. Now, I'm not saying there's not a creator. There's a creator, but there's not a one of us that exactly know what that is or who that is, whether it's tangible or what. Now, I've been hearing that of course, Jesus said. Now, Jesus said, now, if you want to say Jesus, but his real name was Yeshua, said that we are the God. We are God. Now, if you don't believe that, by God, you start reading the Bible. If you want to believe that Bible, then you start reading it. Because I'm a little bit furious right now, because I get comments and stuff, and I get out here in the world people saying, "Oh, turn to Jesus, turn to Jesus." Well, they don't even know who Jesus is. Did they ever meet Jesus? Has God ever come down here and talked to you? Well, the Creator talks to me within me, in my heart, up here. That's where the Creator speaks to me, and through life. And but anyway, we've been lied to, and all them tablets and scrolls. Somebody out there. Well, here's the thing. And way back in the days when they were trying to start Christianity, Jesus' time and all of that, they did the people back then just like the people from Europe came over here and did the Native Indians over here. Killed them and tortured them and everything until they took on their way of life. So the Romans back in the times of the biblical days is what they're called. In order to get people turned into Christianity, they would torture them people something fierce, and you don't even want to know what they did to them. In fact, I wouldn't be able to say it here on YouTube. And did it as examples, because if they wouldn't turn to Christianity, now does that sound like the love of God to you? No. I thought we had free will, free choice. So, but anyway, to get back to, so Jesus come along, Yeshua come along, and was trying to teach the real truth. And they killed him for it, or so they're saying they killed him. And they are making it look like that the Almighty God sacrificed his blood to redeem us. Redeem us from what? We didn't do anything wrong. We didn't even have to be put here. So, but anyway, let's get back to the lies. They killed him because he was trying to teach the truth, that we are gods. God is within us. We create. We're the ones that has the God consciousness in us. So, but anyway, we've been lied to for centuries upon centuries upon centuries. And if you really look at Genesis, you'll see that there were civilizations before the so-called Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden was here. First chapter talks about, and here's the thing. People tells the stories back and forth instead of looking it out for themselves. And you can read that Bible all day long, and it's not going to give you the true answers. For one thing, you're looking to other people to explain those scriptures to you instead of reading it for what it says. It talks about in Ezekiel that Enoch had encountered people from from outer space, because they didn't know what to call it back then. But when they translate this stuff, and you got other people telling you, well, it has to say this, it has to say that. We've been taught for centuries that God made us tunics of skin out of animal skin. There's not a thing in there that says anything about that. Humans assumed that. That's what they're teaching. And that's what we're taking on and letting people program us with. They left, I don't know how many books out of this so-called Bible, the Holy Scriptures. Who decided that those artifacts and those tablets and them scrolls that were found buried in the ground and stuff like that, who decided to say that that was the holy God speaking to us? Who decided that? Well, it was mankind. That's who decided that. And why did they decide that? Well, how many people out there are scared to breathe sometimes and fear that they're going to go to hell and burn for eternity? Well, you got to pay 10% of your tithes to us because it's told here. You got to pay your taxes, and you got to obey the laws of the land because they said so. Who are they? Who are they? We've been lied to for centuries. Because if you really go back and you really see what those tablets say and those scrolls really say, because in some of them it isn't even, it's not even a language. It's hieroglyphics. And you got to have somebody that knows how to understand what that says. And if you don't know Hebrew, if you don't know Greek, if you don't know Arabic and all those different kinds of things, then somebody can come along and tell you that this is what this says, and you'll believe it. Because we're stupid. And we don't want to do the work ourselves. Well, since 2007, I've been doing as much research as I know how to do. And I know enough now to know that we've been lied to. Like I said, there's a creator. And we're told that the fallen angels, were mad because um, God favored us over them and this and that. But then now you've got, there are tablets out there that it was, and they call them the lost books of Inky, And Enki was supposed to belong to the Anunnaki people, which means people from the sky. So unless you're getting out there and studying those other tablets and those scrolls and stuff like that for yourself, we're going to continue to believe and let ourselves be programmed by the Holy Scriptures, the book that God gave us to follow. Now, I'm not saying, now the New Testament to me is as close to what the Creator would want us to follow than the Old Testament. But the Old Testament will tell you some things, but rules upon rules upon rules upon rules. Why not just teach love? That would answer a whole lot of questions, but we've been lied to. And I believed everything that Bible said since 2007. And a lot of it don't make sense. I mean, in the first chapter of Genesis, if you're going to read it that way, if you're going to read it in those terms of English, the first chapter said that we were told to replenish the earth. What was we to replenish it from? Be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth. So that certainly was not the first time. And the second chapter was not the first time that mankind was supposed to be put on the earth. So in the Anunnaki tablets, the lost tablets of the last book of Enki, it talks in there about that sky people from the sky, which could have very well been angels. I'm not debating that. And that they came here and taught us stuff and remade us. And to me, that's where when Adam and Eve were supposedly put here, that's when they came in here and remade us. But you have to do the research. I'm done being lied to. I'm sick and tired of being lied to. Look at us older people. We've been taught for years that not to eat. If you look in the very first book of the scriptures, if you want to believe that is the truth, the very first book after the first mankind was made, it tells us to eat fruits and anything with seeds in it, and herbs. And it said that was to be our meat. That was to be our food. Well, as time went on, and they've processed our food, and they're taking the seeds out. Why are they taking the seeds out? We're supposed, if we want to believe that, we're supposed to eat that kind of food. And you wonder why we're all so sick. We've been deceived, girlfriend and boyfriend, and I'm sick of it. You can't go out and buy a watermelon now because the seeds are gone. Watermelons are no good for you anymore. Nothing's any good for you anymore if it don't have the seeds in it, because it's been here it is. Now, if you want to go to the part where we're being deceived and all that, then it must be Lucifer, the so-called fallen angel, that is deceiving mankind into thinking that, well, they can take that food that we were supposed to eat from the very beginning of mankind, that it's been modified, it's been taken out, all the nutrients and stuff we need and stuff put in there that is going to kill us off. You tell me. We've been lied to. And if we're going to sit by and we're going to listen to that crap that we've been lied to. Bottom line, we've been lied to. And I'm not going to take it anymore. I'm not going to take it anymore. Now, where am I going to, if I like watermelon, where am I going to find a good watermelon? Because you have to go out and buy the seeds to grow them. The seeds have been modified, so they don't produce seeds. Go back and read the first chapter of Genesis. All you people that want to believe that the scriptures are true, it's not all true. It's been translated over and over and over again the way they wanted it translated so they can control us. God's children, the Creator's children, so they can control us. So don't be just sitting in our recliners. Don't be just sitting outside and just enjoying the birds and the bees and the trees, and don't be just going to work and making millions of bucks so that you can go out there and grab up that apple or that and live in a high-rise position. Start taking some time and start searching some stuff out. Don't just believe that canon of books, because there were books taken out that negate a lot of that. Enoch talks about watchers, people watching us, people from the sky. There's the Gospel of Thomas. There's at least 18 of them that I know of. Nobody studies the 12 laws of the universe, but we're supposed to follow the laws of the land. Who created the laws of the land? Some of that's totally ridiculous. The bans that they put on where we can live and where we can't live. Well, because you turned 80, you're old, so now you got to take this medicine, or you got to take that medicine. Or you can't dress this way. You can't dress that way. You can't have long, beautiful hair. It's just the list goes on. Well, you're too young to have be that smart. There are a lot of young kids out there. I'm talking little kids that are smart. They know what's going on. The younger generation right now that don't want to get out there and work, I don't think they understand the reason behind it, because I don't think we were really meant to work. We were meant to be like the creatures of the forest, run around and play and have fun and walk around in the garden with our Creator. Just that simple. So I'm not going to take the lies and the bullcrap anymore. And I don't think you ought to either. I think you ought to be doing some more research and finding out why you're sick. And letting doctors and pharmaceuticals tell you, well, you got to take this medicine, you got to take that medicine. Well, when you take that medicine, this happens to you. It covers that. All it does is cover up the symptoms of something else, because we're not getting to eat what this body was designed for us to house this light that's within us. This light that's within us is the Creator. The Creator placed himself, herself, within us, in these skins, to enjoy its creation. So simple. You don't have to look beyond yourself for the answers, because the Creator, the light, is within us. And whoever out there, whether you want to call it Lucifer, Satan, an alien, uh, whatever is deceiving us through that Bible. And we're too stupid and too dumb to look at it and know where the truth really lies in it. Genesis, the first chapter, tells us what we're supposed to eat. Now, are we eating that? And we wonder why we're sick. And all those medicines and stuff that people decided that we needed to put in these bodies, it's to kill us off. Now, I'm not saying that the people that are making them, that's what they're doing. No, it's the deceiver. Whoever the deceiver is. I don't know. So, stand up. Quit allowing us to be programmed from the time we're little, and keep on being programmed because you're this or you're that, you're whatever race you are, that we go, well, you're this because you're this race, or you're this because you're this old, or you're this because you don't make enough money. You're labeled, you're labeled, you're labeled, you're labeled. We're the creator. We are the creator within these bodies. And when you wake up and figure that out, this world is going to change because the creator will be back in charge. I've said it, I don't know. And I tell you what, here's what I'm thinking, because all this stuff didn't start coming. I got a chicken out there, and I didn't know it was coming from the chicken. I never heard a chicken do that before in my life. And I've been around many chickens. It was out there, it was talking. I mean, not in English, but it was talking. And I didn't know it, and I got up and go out there and look, and there it is, up there on the hill. Not too far from me. It kept it up for a while, and I kept saying, what? It was letting me know that what I was thinking was on the right track and to go for it. So I did. I went for it. So, like I said, if y'all think I'm crazy, I told you, people thought I was crazy all my life because I've been trying to say stuff all my life. Nobody listened to me. And bottom line is, we've been lied to. Until we dig in and find out where the lies are at, our lives are going to continue to be, and we're going to, as older folks, we're going to continue to get older and older and just lay down and die. When that's not the way it's supposed to be. The Creator wants to live through us and to experience everything and to be able to touch everything that was made by the Creator. We are the Creator's hands and eyes and feet and heart, so the Creator can love and move and breathe and touch. You gotta believe. Now is the faith that we hope for, and the evidence of things not seen. Now that comes from the scriptures. That's the New Testament. If you really want to find out more about what's happening and how we've been lied to, start researching. And if you don't care, if you just want all this hate and these lies going on and all these wars going on and people killing and murdering and maiming and torturing and what they're doing to the children, and then if you want to see that continue, if you want to see our food continue to be destroyed, keep on believing the way we've have been believing for centuries. See y'all. I hope y'all stay, because this channel is about learning how to live a good life. And you can't live a good life if you've been lied to and you keep on believing the lies. So long.